heavy equipment operator or mechanic, apply online at gainatrucking.com or call 402-794-5000. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com. Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years. Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years, and I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Haviland. This week's special through June 11th is buy 3 ribeyes, get 1 ribeye free. Also, $1 off all brands of crackers. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? Jay Foreman, E Strick, my man Austin Orman, and the man of the hour. Listen, I always say this, man. Well, first of all, we're old school. We are brought to you by the Mercado. Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop. Listen, we got product here.
MVP Mike.
MVP, right. Most valuable player from the Himalaya. If you can see us, we got the flank steaks that we're going to fire up on the grill this weekend. Thank you very much. Not a problem, fellas. We got the beef jerky, teriyaki, bold and spicy, regular spicy, teriyaki, every single flavor under the sun. Go check them out. I hope you guys went and checked them out for the lunch special. MVP Mike told me, Austin and Strick, about his plans this weekend. This is why my man, you know what? We got to get it to the point that we can have him on maybe once or twice a month because my man is definitely MVP. I love that a lot. And the best part about it, obviously, we did thank them for the great gift from the Mercado. But immediately, Austin, he told me what his plans are. And this is the thing. This is how I know MVP Mike is the real deal, because you look forward to grilling. You look forward to throwing that meat on because you check the weather, you check the wind, you check any potential downpour. And my man said, I said, what you going to do this week? He said, I'm throwing me a couple racks on. And I know it's on and popping. MVP Mike, welcome to Old School. Thank you, my brother. Thanks, tell us, because listen, I always like to ask different guys that grill. And by no means do I think I need to be like a chef on TV. But tell us how you're going to do your ribs, because we talked about Strick, whether you do charcoal versus gas grill, direct heat, non-direct heat. Hit us off, Mike.
Smoke or
I don't got a smoker personally. No mosquito. But I would love to get one, to be honest. Yeah. So hint to my wife out there if she's listening.
Yeah, we got one day a year.
But yeah, for Father's Day about 5 years ago, I went out and bought myself a gas propane and a coal charcoal grill. So I've been using the propane for so many years, and you know, I've just been overcooking it sometimes and not cooking it enough. And then so I decided that it's in the garage right now. I was gonna go home, pull it out, clean it all up, and throw the charcoal in there.
Yeah,
and get the charcoal grill going.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
And I was gonna pull them ribs out, and then get them all ready for the weekend.
How long does it take? Like because I would love to be a good rib guy, but how long does it take? Like one on the marination, the preparation, the marination, and then do you wrap them in foil or do you leave them just on the rack?
Depends on your style.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
You know, and what intensity of flavor you want to get. You know, just some people can brine their meat overnight.
Yeah.
Then they'll rub it.
Yeah.
And then they'll throw it on for a couple hours. Then they'll start to barbecue it.
Yeah.
And then layer it and then flip it and then do the same. And you just slow roast it for about 3-4 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, depends on what you're trying to get.
And what
I want it to fall off the bone.
That's what I'm talking about.
Then you're gonna have to put some TLC in it.
Yeah.
Then like for me,
I don't want to have to bite.
I do mine.
Fall off the bone.
Like you said, I do mine overnight. I get a big pot, and if I'm doing a couple of racks of ribs, obviously cold water, ice, put some onions in there, squeeze lemons in there, throw the lemons in there,
a little bit of salt,
seasoned salt, garlic salt, or whatever you. I mean, the thing about it when you're doing it, you can
brine it with anything.
You could brine it with anything, and then
I know people that brine it with beer,
right? So it doesn't even matter.
Okay.
So then the next morning or whatever, say you're gonna. You got to just plan out 4 hours. Just say 4 hours is your basic, what you're going to cook. Then you get up in the morning. I always dry mine, right? And I like the membrane on the back of mine because I feel like it holds the flavor in there. And then I put if I'm going to cook dry rub, then I got my dry rub in there.
Right.
And then whether you're smoking them or not, then every hour, you take a spray bottle, hit them off just with plain water. But then if you want them more sweet, then, you do it for 2 hours, take them off. Put some I put like a cubes of butter, cut out some butter on there or whatever you want, or apple juice, and then put some brown sugar, brown sugar on top, and then you put them in there for about 45 minutes, right? And then it kind of steams them up strict, right? So that's where they're gonna fall off the bone. Take them out of the tin foil, put them on there for another hour. And then whether you want to put your barbecue, so whatever you want on it, it's just kind of just whatever you want.
With the sauce, or you want to put the sauce on after.
Right. It's just kind of what, and you know what the thing is. I learned from watching my grandfather first, right? So he learned when he served. So they had to get in where they had to make, chicken salad out of chicken. You know what? Then I really learned from my dad and uncles, and then you just take it and just do your own. One thing I learned And MVP Mike tell me there's no right way and wrong way as long as it tastes good to you and it's done.
Right.
You know, because Strick, whether you down in Alabama, whether you like on East Coast,
every
it's
region
different flavors.
in the United States is different with their flavor taste.
So real quick to the connoisseurs, both of y'all. Everybody talks about St. Louis. Everybody talks about Kansas City. There's different places. What are outside of there? What other hotbeds are there for like the people that's what they do?
Yeah. Well, and Houston is known for it. Houston is more of a dry, dry like a like a smoke dry.
If
Yeah.
you head more further north, a lot of people like to use wet sauces.
Right.
Okay.
It all depends, and that also determines the climate of the area too, because up there it's cold and dry. Down south it's hot and humid. So.
Right. So it just depends on where you're at. Then you got some, it all just kind of depends on what you grow up.
What your taste is.
Right.
Yeah, because they be dang near having fights about.
And some people, strict now, like when I was out in Charlotte, North Carolina, they like theirs different. Like they like theirs like more dry. And then want to dip it because they got the coleslaw. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
Versus,
that's something about the coleslaw. That's why
so they like
cookout.
Right. They like the ribs and dip it in the. They like it with the vinegar. They like theirs a little bit more tangy, right? Or like more of a bite. Whereas St. Louis, you're gonna get the sauce, a little bit of spice. It might be sweet. Then down in Texas,
you'll get a little extra sauce.
Right. Yeah, a little extra. It's gonna be just sauced up. And then Texas, they like to smoke, they like to smoke theirs. And so it just kind of depends. And then it depends on what you like.
Yeah. Good stuff.
But them steaks is gonna be on popping though.
Yeah, they're gonna get some work. I'm just hoping that in this session of old school they don't thaw out.
No.
Until tomorrow.
No, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be good.
Just pulled them out of the warehouse freezer like an hour ago.
You know what I'm mad about? Listen,
right.
You came the last time you came, I had put some in my bag. And it was a weekend. You remember I was salty, wasn't I, Austin? Austin over there rolling. He about to fall out the chair. I put it in there and I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
You left
it. I left it in the bag. And it was gone. It was no good. It was gone. I was mad because that thing was looking so that was such a nice full steak. I was upset.
Yeah, I'm a believer though in the grass fed beef though.
Yeah,
I like it though.
I agree.
I pulled out one of them and thought it out, and I always look at it. You can always know good meat, and it's different. Obviously, no offense to the store bought, but good meat is that when it thaws out evenly, and then when you put it on the what I did was I cooked it on the stovetop, then threw it in my cast iron. To give it that last, and then through the butter, flavor. You get the char flavor. It was on, man. It was like butter.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably cut that up and mix that into a
scrambler. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, straight. Yeah, man. Thank you, MVP Mike. We appreciate your support because we always say that in the afternoon we don't really get a lot of treats because our early shows get all this stuff. They get breakfast.
Right? I hear it in the morning when I'm on my way to work.
Right. They just got people coming in left and right, but rightfully so on their way to work.
What about the other guys, man?
That's what I'm saying. But old school is
we
brought
get the
to you.
last thing ever. Hold on, man. I need to vent, man. You right, Jay.
Right?
Man, we come back there, man. All
Everything gone.
The stuff has been dug in, picked in. I mean, we get.
They just be dogging us, but But I'm gonna tell you this: MVP Mike comes through all the time. He's a Seattle Seahawks fan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I know that you've been keeping up with the Seahawks. It's mandatory minicamp. Good news coming out of there. You got a new coach now.
Yeah.
What's your feeling?
I wanted.
Yeah, okay, that's the one. That's what I wanted to ask you. What's your feeling now since he's in there? Had a really good draft.
Right.
You got really good skill position. You got to expect Geno Smith's going to have a really good year.
Yeah, well, since they got someone to guard him now.
Right. So what's your feeling on Seattle? Because me and Austin talked about it. I think Seattle's going to be the sneaky team this year because they're up in the Pacific Northwest, and you know how it is, Strick. That's a long trip.
Yes, sir.
It's a home field advantage.
Could be some rain involved,
and they also get the advantage because when they get to travel, they always play the late game on Sundays, which is the late afternoon game, but they always leave on Friday, and they're more equipped to do it.
Right.
What is your feeling about Seattle?
I would love to see them win 12, 13 games.
Yeah.
Ooh. MVP, Mike. Hold on, pause. I need pause. You can't talk about. I need to understand it on 12, 13 games. Is that a bias? Is that bias? Or is that in your head and not your heart?
It might be because I've been a lifelong fan.
But I appreciate that.
Honestly, they've done good with this offseason. They've drafted well. They've not had any injuries on the offseason.
Yeah.
All the players are showing up. You know, they're fighting for it. I think DK Metcalf's going to have a blowout year this year. And I think that he's just going to keep feeding them the ball. And as long as they got a good running back.
They got running back. So let me ask you this real quick before we go to break. Better defensive back like tandem or quadrant, Legion of Boom or no fly zone? That's a big question up there.
It is. And following them wholly through the Legion of Boom,
it's hard. It's hard to go against it. Yeah,
it's hard to top those guys.
Chancellor,
Sherman,
you couldn't do none.
Browner, they had Browner, and then
Cam,
Earl Thomas. Yeah, prime Earl Thomas.
Right.
And look, Browner doesn't get the credit because of the injury.
Yeah.
That he doesn't get the full credit that he should.
Yeah, he built like a linebacker playing safety.
So I'm gonna have to stick with the Legion.
Yeah, and I'd say the Legion
for now,
and also because before they started to get the credit, they were putting in work 2 years prior because they jumped on the map. You remember when Richard Sherman went up to Tom Brady after they beat him and said, "You mad, bro?" That was a year before they really came on the map, and then obviously when the icing on the cake was when they beat Denver Broncos for a Super Bowl, and it was
beautiful.
It was a debauchery of that offense led by Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
So, anyways, thank you, MVP Mike, for stopping in. We're old school. We're gonna take a quick break. Come back. I want to pick Strick's brain for one segment about what he saw last night between the Celtics and the Mavericks. Jay Foreman, Strick, MVP Mike, Austin, old school. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring for heavy equipment operators and a heavy equipment mechanic. Working at Gaina Trucking is a great career with excellent team culture, with benefit package including competitive pay based on experience, health, vision, and dental insurance, and a 401k plan. If you're looking for a new job as a heavy equipment operator or mechanic, apply online at GainaTrucking.com or call 402-794-5000. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Hey, Nebraska! Register today for the 40th Annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. If you've experienced a sports injury, joint or back pain, trust your care to Nebraska Orthopedic Center, a proud platinum partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Mail Plus and Hangers Cleaners in Lincoln are proud of our U.S. men and women in uniform. We thank you and your families for the sacrifices you've made to defend our freedom and freedom worldwide. We pray for your safety in war and your safe return, and we honor those who've given their lives fighting terrorism. This from Mail Plus and Hangers Cleaners on South Street. Proud to be part of the Lincoln community. Like them on Facebook and visit mailplushangers.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Grandpa Dave here from Osted's Golf, helping the grandkids get their dad the perfect gift for Father's Day.
Thanks for your help, Grandpa. Dad wasn't thrilled with the candy that we got him last year, but we sure liked it.
Okay, kids, save up to $200 on clubs from TaylorMade, Callaway, Titleist, or Ping. We're up to 50% off name brand golf apparel. Buy 2 dozen Strixon balls, get one free. And dads love Osted's gift cards.
Papa, we need a bigger allowance.
Talk to your dad.
Shop Osted's Golf for Father's Day.
Join us each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon for Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves of 7-on-7 football. The future of the sport depends on the foundation set at a young age. Hear those stories and more each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, Eastrick, Austin, old school. Again, we want to give a shout out to MVP Mike. We're going to tag him on Twitter so we can increase his social media presence, but also increase the social media presence of the Mercado because they gave us great gift package and surprise today on this fabulous Friday.
Shout out to Good Sense too. I got my sandwich. It will go down.
Yes,
Trust
sir.
and believe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Eastrick.
What up, my boy?
I want to ask you about last night, man. I mean, it's obviously you watch it. You're having allegiance to both teams, but from your perspective as a player in these type of situations or in these games, right? What did you see last night that worked out so well for Boston, and then didn't work out so well for Dallas?
Well, one of the things that I had talked about on the block, just prior to the game, just some pre-discussions, is there were some unknowns. There were some things we didn't know. We knew, and we talked about it a little bit on the crossover. We know what we know with Tatum, Brown. We know what we know with Kyrie and Luka, right? But then the X factors. We did talk about Porzingis is an X factor for Boston.
Right.
But with the unknown was, how would his lungs be? How would his stamina be?
Yeah.
Sometimes you can come in, it can work two ways. One, there's adrenaline dumps similar to what you got when you get into the octagon or you get into the ring and you just, the adrenaline of the moment, it dumps. And then all of a sudden you have that moment, that few minutes, 2-3 minutes, a round of just, right? But Porzingis came out on fire. So what was smart by Boston is they actually went at him to see what we got. That was the one thing I saw. They wanted to see, what do we have in Porzingis? We know he is a disadvantage for everything. There's nothing the Mavs really have on their side. They tried to use Lively to be more physical, to be more pressing. Obviously, he fouls out the game. And they wanted him to be a presence to just body and just wear
him down.
But the thing is, and the difference between the two, Jay, Boston with Porzingis even more have the ability to switch. They're both switching teams because they have length across the board, and they're capable, of leading guys to the help and then, fanning out off of that. But the difference was Porzingis, because it didn't matter who you switched on him. Didn't matter if it was Green. Didn't matter if it was Jones. Didn't matter if it was PJ. Didn't matter if it was Luka. They tried. Everybody in that building got smoked.
Yeah.
And when a guy scores almost 20 points in, 10, 11 minutes.
10, 11 minutes, yeah.
I mean, there's no, and I'm talking about, they was daggers. Post-ups, mid-post, threes. There was nothing.
He's giving you everything.
He gave you the whole shebang, the whole toolbox. He gave you everything in it. And Tatum didn't get off to a great stop. Now, then he goes to the bench. Brown gets going.
Yeah.
Then Tatum White wasn't even significant in the game. So that was the expectation on both sides, where you had veterans outside of Porzingis, but you had the thing that you had with Porzingis is you had the adrenaline.
Yeah.
The being back on the court after being off for so long. There's a feel good to that. What you hope don't happen is that Porzingis comes to a point to where he begins to feel now
like he's in 1A.
Well, no, not necessarily. But you come into the next game and it's not that. How you gonna
react?
How you gonna respond? Because sometimes you can have that, and it could be a roller coaster for you. And that's when you're hoping a White or a Drew Holiday or somebody else is there to pick up the slack.
Because Horford really didn't shoot well at all.
Yeah. Whereas the Mavs don't have outside of Kyrie, there's no one that's been to this spot.
Right.
Luka has been in a different forum.
Right.
But no one's really, there's no, PJ's first time, you can tell.
Yeah.
Because the shots look short,
Yeah.
tight. They didn't.
Tight.
None of them look good.
Trying to shoot perfect.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you about that, because they went into the locker room with Jason Kidd, and he said, "Look, this is just basketball.
Yeah,
Let's go out there and have fun." Yeah. I think he sensed it, and they came out of it a little bit because they made a run. But I think it's a little bit, too little, too late, because you knew eventually the Celtics were going to make another run because they had been here before. I think the Mavs will have a better showing in game 2. I think they'll be more. I think that nervous and you know what? You never know until you're there. And when you have a lot of guys that have to be lead dogs, because Kyrie and Luka, it don't matter if it's their first year in the league, they're gonna ball. Mm-hmm. Them dudes are just generational dudes because you just can't stop them. Now them other dudes, this is a whole different magnitude and a whole different expectations to step up like a champion, and you facing guys that have been there before. So you're looking at guys, right? So when PJ is looking across, you're looking at Al Horford. He's 17 years in the league. You ain't gonna bully him. When Jones is looking over, okay, you see White. You're not gonna punk him, and he's been here before. So he has the intangibles, and being used to the bright lights and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. That can wear you out, because now you're looking over there and say, okay, what is it? What am I expecting to happen? Because your body feels different. And then the only reason I say this is because I was fortunate enough when we played in 95 for the championship that we had a shell around me, right? Where I had Phil Ellis that could literally punch me upside the head and get me back right, because you can be out there kind of like just looking, in the moment of it. And it has nothing. It's not that I wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
Wasn't that I wasn't in shape or anything like that. It's just a different feeling. But then you fast forward, which could be like the analogy for them, to game 2, which is Sunday. For me, it was 1997. When you walk out on the field, it was like nothing. It was lit. But we were playing for even bigger things. Coach Osborne was retiring.
Yeah.
We had to perform well because
no Tommy Frazier.
No T. Frazier.
Like,
and Michigan already essentially clinched half of it. So we had to fight a uphill battle because we had been there so much, right? And so we were fighting the ghost of the past in Missouri, but we were able to overcome it because I felt like a lot of the guys that were younger at the first time were more veterans. And that's where Dallas has got to really, really sit back and look at like, okay, you know what? Was it really that much bigger difference where this is what we did well? If they could I think if they focus on that end of the second quarter, beginning of the third, and look at the energy that they played with and in the way they move without the basketball, they'll be just fine.
There's two things. One is in each of the series that they've played, they've lost their first game by 20 points.
Right.
So and come back in one series. So to them, that's
this is just normal.
That's something that happened. Two, they didn't score 90 points. They didn't even get to 100. It wasn't that Luka didn't play well, but the shots that they missed, they don't miss. I don't think they missed those in a full series. Like, to me, that's what I'm saying. You're like, you can go and put that on film. This is the second thing. You can go put that on film, Jay, and say, we just missed shots.
Right.
I'm talking about you had good looks.
And that's what
Kyrie had great, all of them.
You gain confidence those because there was a Kyrie transition where he hit that against OKC daggers. Right. I call them daggers where you're like, you know, they got a transition to good stop on defense, come down. I call it secondary break. Kyrie, you know, is butt naked three. He hit it against OKC, hit it against Timberwolves multiple times, and he hit it at the side of the rim. Against Dallas. It was on the left side, you know, going towards the Celtics. I think that, you know, this side, you're right. You know what I'm saying? So then I was like, okay, this is not normal Mavericks offense because that's essentially a free throw for a guy like Kyrie.
But the thing that we may not even be thinking about is the mental. Now, Kyrie's, like you said, he's him. He's a dog. He's different. He'll get over that. But the first time coming back into Boston, not literally, but
to this
magnitude, coming into Boston. And they hate your guts because of what you did. Now, say what you will. He told them to their face on the court, I'm coming back if you'll have me back. They literally can't stand Kyrie Irving.
Oh, yeah.
So knowing that can put a little added pressure on you because you want to perform. Mm-hmm. You want to stick it in their face and you want to show them, which then puts a little bit of extra because when have you ever seen with the man that's got that ball on a string, on a yo-yo, dribble the freaking ball off his foot?
But and almost did it twice. Yeah, and I mean, heck, he gets on the plane with the ball. So it's I mean, listen, no, everybody's human, and Kyrie has feelings. He probably feels like he's.
And KP's not going to get 18 points in 13 minutes.
No, but
he's capable, but I don't think he will.
Right, but so you just got to. I mean, it goes both ways. If I'm the Celtics, I'm expecting Dallas's best shot. If I'm the Celtics, I'm preparing again for somebody else besides the big two to step up. Doesn't matter if it's White, Hart. So we have got to play better.
And what's beautiful, what you just said, Jay. What you just said is so beautiful because Boston has that as an option.
Right.
Drew Holiday's capable.
Oh yeah.
All those guys. White's capable. All of Horford's capable. All of them are capable. But what you saw with the Mavs and what they've got to get over is everybody looking for Kyrie and Luka.
Watching. Here, do it.
Here. Yeah. And there was a couple times Cleveland was bucket naked.
Yeah.
And he's capable of shooting.
Yeah.
None of those guys on Boston would have not taken, even Pritchard.
Right.
None of those guys on Boston.
Oh,
they
jacking that. Yeah.
So Jason's got to do a job in telling those guys, lively, capable shooter, all of those guys telling them, if you are open, be confident to shoot the ball. Do not just look for Luka.
Yeah.
And do not just be looking for Kyrie. Yes, we need them to do what they do. They're going to get plenty of opportunities to do that. But we're going to need you to also help us because then it's going to draw. Now, right now, there's adjustments being made. This is what playoff basketball is about.
Oh, yeah.
Which coach do you trust in that specific instance? That's a question to you. But who's going to make the adjustment, the best adjustment that's going to be suitable? And then what adjustment within the adjustment is the other team going to do to alleviate that? That's
man,
what
that's I mean, on the surface, you would say, okay, well, Jason Kidd, just because of experience and his coaching acumen and what they've done throughout the playoffs, lose the first game, make tremendous amount of adjustments. But then you can't take anything from Joe.
No.
Because Joe has the ultimate, I guess, joker in his back pocket. Is what they're able to do defensively will alleviate any big misjudgment or misadjustment that they might not have. And he makes excellent halftime and quarter-to-quarter adjustments because I think he has a really good staff. I think Brad Stevens does come down and they work with him, and they have a good relationship where he's the head coach and Brad Stevens is upstairs. But also I think that to have that kind of in your back pocket is really good. But it's going to be interesting to see, the adjustments. I think the biggest adjustment for the Celtics is don't get too fat and happy off of this tape.
Right.
Over the next 48 hours, right?
Right. Fast.
Don't lose your edge. Don't think that you're going to blow these guys out again. Now, with the Mavericks, I think the adjustment is more mental. For them.
No doubt.
Right. So I got to be, if I'm Jason Kidd, I'm sure they're staying in a hotel. I got to be meeting with these guys individually to talk them through it and say, look, and Jason Kidd, tell them, I've been here before, man. I understand what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, look, okay, listen, but you're here. We're here for a reason. This is what I need you to do. This is what and then also take what you're doing, like say in the room or meeting room individually. And then now you have more days. What we talked about on the golf course, is they got more days in between games. So now we can implement. That's where they can get the real confidence from. See, I need you to hit that. And even if you're shooting good shots, that's fine. If you're forcing shots or shooting them not to make it, then I have a problem with it. Then you got to come see me. If you're shooting it to make it and you don't make it, it's actually going to work out down the road for you because we have the ultimate erasers, Luka and Kyrie.
Mm-hmm. When it's tight.
Listen, I would be telling them, listen, we need to get within 5 to 6 points.
Stay right there.
We just got to hang tight within 5 or 6 points. And I like our chances to pull one out. And obviously game 2 is huge, especially when they're going back. So anyways, appreciate Strick staying on for a segment. I'm going to tell you
I'll say one more.
Okay, one more. Listen, I'm going to tell you this, man. We was back there. I don't know where we were. Well, we was I call it the Valley of Death.
That's where it hit.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Talk about it.
That heat was hitting us in the mouth.
It got on my shoulder like I felt like Donkey Kong was on my shoulder, my boy.
We got out the cart. I looked at Strick. I said, this is the Valley of Death. I said, I looked up at the trees, nothing moving. And we was in that, and then the heat magnified.
Sheesh.
I said, man, we got 12 holes to go. We this is like training camp out here.
We got the 2, and I said, I got one more left for you, my boy.
yeah. But we battled it through just like last year, man. We battled through, and big shout out to Jake Sorensen. We had a great time today.
Brian, thanks,
Brian.
Brian.
Brian's birthday boy, man. He had the best quote of the day, Austin. We had hit a shot on I think a par 3, right? Or no, in that par 5 or something. We had all kind of just messed the putt up. Brian gets up there. He says it's all about confidence.
It's all about confidence.
And he said it so smooth, knocked it in. And ever since then, we was off to the races.
We was rolling.
Man. Yeah, we was off to the races. So, anyways, we're gonna take a quick break. Come back. Me and Strick, we're gonna talk about the. I know you guys talked about who you would want to have a conversation with, but Strick, we're gonna start a new segment here. We gotta get some sponsors. We're gonna do the idiot of the week. I'm just gonna tell you my idiot of the week, and then you just gonna give me what you thought about. Then we're gonna get to the 5 o'clock hour. Jay Foreman, East Strick, Austin Orman. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Haviland. This week's special through June 11th is buy 3 ribeyes, get 1 ribeye free. Also, $1 off all brands of crackers. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com. Serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick the time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you are a loved one or struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Play ball! Tired of the same old routine? Then bring your crew out to Haymarket Park for a thrilling season of Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball and unleash the fun. Enjoy action-packed home games all week long from May through August. It's the perfect change-up to the typical family night or makes for a home run outing with friends and coworkers. Experience the magic and get in on the excitement. Visit saltdogs.com to secure your tickets now. Unleash the fun.
Hey, Nebraska! Register today for the 40th Annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. If you've experienced a sports injury, joint or back pain, trust your care to Nebraska Orthopedic Center, a proud platinum partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
Grandpa Dave here from Osted's Golf, helping the grandkids get their dad the perfect gift for Father's Day.
Thanks for your help, Grandpa. Dad wasn't thrilled with the candy that we got him last year, but we sure liked it.
Okay, kids, save up to $200 on clubs from TaylorMade, Callaway, Titleist, or Ping. We're up to 50% off name brand golf apparel. Buy 2 dozen Strixon balls, get one free. And dads love Osted's gift cards.
Papa, we need a bigger allowance.
Talk to your dad.
Shop Osted's Golf for Father's Day.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Woo! What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman.
I need
my man Eastrick.
I need to replenish. I feel dehydrated. What was it called again?
The hydration situation.
The Valley of Death.
The Valley of Death.
That thing
jumped on us, man.
I got a quick question, Jay. Before you say, have you seen the movie Dune?
Yeah.
So you know they be in the desert.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And
like.
they got the water.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. They got the water. We needed a water suit, my boy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, that just brought back some bad memories from training camp.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
Yo,
you did say
when
that.
you get out there and you don't got no wind, no wind, no.
Nebraska be windy as a mug, and
Yeah.
today
there ain't no wind down there, boy. It's like a little tunnel, a little valley. But
worst training camp you ever experienced?
Austin jumped in and gave that one. Go get it. What's up?
I mean, Houston. I'll say
It's got to be Houston.
My first Houston one.
And y'all did it in Houston? Because like Dallas says,
they go out to Cali.
We going to Cali to
the
get
first
that
Houston
Mediterranean.
one. Yeah, because Dom was tripping. Because here's what he'd do. We'd practice early in the morning, and then we'd practice at night, and then we'd practice one time the next day. But here's what he was doing. He was like, I wanted to practice in the highest like heat intensity. Like we were gonna get, like that was gonna give us an advantage, bro.
Nah,
that practice, that next day,
boy,
it was.
And
just,
you guys didn't have the bubbles like they do now.
Then we'd get in we'd do the bubble.
Oh, you do.
But the problem when we were in the bubble, it was so hot and stuff. Cats was getting staph infection.
Really?
So I used to wear a sweatshirt because we have those like little rubber things.
Yeah.
And so like they couldn't keep it clean, man. It was just we had a staph outbreak, but.
Those are bad, bro.
It was
staph infections.
It was survival mode.
Yeah.
I walked into the training room and his name was Terrence Martin. And he was from North Carolina State. And I love Terrence Martin because he was a rookie and he was a Golden Gloves boxer though. Like because the thing was funny because he got in a fight in training camp and then he was,
hands on
but he was bouncing though. I said, look at T Martin. You tired, but he was like hot. 300 pounds.
Yeah.
He had got staph. I walked in there and man, he got it in his pec, man. They had to dig a hole in there and put gauze pads in. I said, listen, I don't care how hot it is. Your boy Jay Foreman gonna wear a sweatshirt anytime that we in there. And I never and I was fortunate enough to never get it, man. Because that I saw some guys get real sick off that. That wasn't no joke.
And you know where it happens a lot before we get into the topic, wrestling.
Oh, I'm sure.
Very similar, because it gets on the mat.
Yeah, they said your boy just in the last UFC thing, the dude Islam had it. You had a big old thing. Supposedly you had it on there.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not with all that, man. I'm not rolling around with no leotard and all that stuff, whatever it's called. I ain't got time for that. You ain't put me in a triple, neck hole with guillotine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got somewhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
You got me.
Mm-hmm.
But before we went to break, we were talking about the idiot of the week. I don't ever like to call people that, but I'm going to go with your boy, who I will say this. A couple years ago, he was the best cornerback in the league, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like he was better than Jalen Ramsey. He was better than obviously Sauce Gardner was coming in and all that and stuff like that. But over the last few weeks, or last couple years, he's been getting loose, and Xavier Howard is who gets the award.
And why is that, Jay?
Well, I guess obviously he had made some videos.
Whoa.
Yeah, he was out there, man. He was producing some
He
videos.
went
Ray J.
No, he went. No, he went to the Diddy party.
No, I don't think so. I don't know, but I don't know this.
No, I only said that because
you leave that for Meek Mill.
Pause. Wait a minute. I only said that because I knew Austin would laugh. I wanted to get a smile out of it.
But he was producing some videos. We don't need to go into that. And then for whatever reason, one of the people that he was producing the videos with, obviously probably didn't want to hang out with him anymore. He decides to send the video.
Male or female? Because you got to say it.
Okay, female. One of his female friends. And then he decided, since the female friend doesn't want to hang out with him, he decides to send it to the young lady's kid.
What?
Here you go.
Jay,
not to her new thing. Her kid.
Not to her new man.
To her son.
To her son.
Yeah. And then
hey, he gets the double Idiocy Award.
He's a champion. He's a front runner.
He got the belt.
Now look, and I'll say that we all have done things, and we're not I'm not gonna say we act like we're the smartest.
Not to the kid, bro.
But my problem is like this: like you got that, but you're fighting. This is what happens when you get a little bit later in your career. First of all, like I was never at the level that he was at. I was a good player. First alternate Pro Bowl and all that. But when you're at where he's at, especially a cornerback position, and they know you like to go out and drink a lot, now they're going to focus more on that and less on your play.
Yeah.
Right? Because here's the difference.
You're off the field more than you're on the field.
Yeah. See, here's the difference from when I was playing than where these guys are playing now. Everything was predicated on the salary cap number because the salary cap was so tight when I was playing. Now they did this thing where, they could pay you X amount, but only count this amount. Well, the owners are paying you to check. They ain't trying to give you no money anywhere. Now they're willing to pay, and you have more power. Now you're relinquishing the power by doing something stupid. First of all, if I'm gonna give him a word of or a little bit of advice, bro, you need to get the heck up out of Miami right now, and wherever you're from. Move back home and focus because he still has plenty of tread on the tires. Go back home, get refocused, and do your thing.
Okay. So here's the thing, Jay. Jay, here's the other thing. So just me.
Right.
Just a couple things real quick. Just speaking about what you just said. I love Nebraska. I'm actually glad I came here. Right? But I was recruited other places, you know what I'm saying? And there was a reason why I came here as opposed to going to an HBCU, as opposed to going to UCLA,
right?
As opposed to going to University of Miami or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
There's a reason why.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to keep my eyes
on the prize.
Right? I knew I could be focused here, even though it was close to home.
Right.
It's still,
right.
I knew I could do that here. There was a time when I was in the league. Okay. I ain't gonna lie. We can I talk facts with you?
Yeah, go
Jay? ahead. There was a time where, Snoop Dogg was a part of my pedigree. You know what I'm saying? Off time, all that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So as a partaker, I had some options. It's free agency. Could go to Seattle. Play for the Supersonics.
Yeah.
My mind said, there's good greenery up there.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that because I want to keep my eyes on the prize. I don't want to go where the good green's at.
Right.
And then I said, it was Milwaukee. And guess what the other one was? Miami. I went down there. I was so glad. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah.
I was so glad that I was injured when I went to work out for Miami. Because I knew that if I played there, I might end up on the idiot. I might end up on the idiot of the week.
Yeah.
I might have been the idiot of the week too, Jay.
Yeah, the thing
said something.
The thing that's funny is when I was going through the draft process, came to Nebraska. You think like you want to turn your nose up in Nebraska. Like I want to go to a big city. You want the thing. It's cool to say I want to leave Nebraska or you go to a bigger city. And, I remember thinking like the only two places I don't want to go, it was the two coldest places. It was Green Bay and Buffalo. You know how dumb I sounded then, thinking to myself, this is me thinking to myself, right? And then my agent was talking to me, and then, you know, really,
Frozen
like,
tundra of
right?
Buffalo.
He was like, bro, like, whoever picks you, that's where you going, and that's where. And no, granted, I had no problem going, but I always tell the story. I went to the combine, and they had, you know, I interviewed with every team,
and you was LaMelo Ball,
except for I wish, right? Except for Buffalo and Green Bay.
Yeah.
And I did really well at the combine.
Yeah.
You know, hit all the numbers and all that stuff. And, you know,
You had a good wingspan too?
A little decent.
It was decent. Okay.
But when you leave the combine, you know, they tell you like, all right, you're going to get drafted. So that was a sigh of relief.
Really?
Well, they say it's a good chance.
See, I didn't get to experience that.
Yeah. Well, I
blessed.
had a friend that, I had a family friend that was, he's like, you're going to get drafted. I don't know where you're going to get drafted. So that's a sigh of relief.
No doubt.
I was like, okay, well, cool. I'm going to get drafted. I ain't going to them two teams.
Pause. Stay right there. Real quick.
Right.
Just quick question. What was them tests like?
What?
Did any of the teams put you like you had to do some type of psychological test?
The New York Giants had this test. It was like 400 questions.
Dang!
And you had to answer them all seriously because every so many questions they'd ask you the same one. And it took like 4 or 5 hours. Now here's what I was blessed to do. I went and played in the East-West All-Star game. And so they were out there. So I knocked that out before. And then you have some other ones where they like, you know, put up like a square, circle, triangle in a certain order, and then they talk to you and do you remember it and all that. It's stupid stuff. But they ask you some dumb questions and all that stuff. But I came back in Nebraska. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to a warm weather city or a bigger school or biggest city.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that's funny. Our Coach McBride and Coach Darlington knew the defensive coordinators at both spots. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we were getting a lot of our defenses from. And in Pittsburgh and Carolina, I ain't know no different because Kevin Steele was down there. So we was running, you know, Panther strong and Steeler weak. That was our zone blitz. We was doing all this stuff, just naming them after, right? So me not knowing them two, and they get down to the draft, and I think I'm going to Carolina.
Okay.
Sam Mills called me. I think I'm going. Matter of fact, I know I'm going. We got an extra pick. Carolina take Hannibal Navies. Yo, when I tell you I threw my Nextel phone against my grandma, yo, it was Nolan Ryan. Bah! I was hot. And Sam Mills called and then we talked or whatever. And then next thing you know, I kind of, you know, the runner line start tracking it. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to the Vikings. They picked some dude I ain't never heard of. Redskins at the time. Picked the dude that didn't even go to the combine. So then I'm like, oh man, like, hey, well, hey, we getting in the 5th round now. You know, brother's supposed to be gone a round or two early. And then next thing you know, Green Bay calls and says we have the third to last pick in the 5th round, right? He's like the dude. He was like, I forget the defensive coordinator. He said, listen, if you there, you getting picked. I'm like, cool. I'm like, anybody. I ain't care who it was. Right. I'll go to Green Bay. Plus, it's not that far from Minneapolis. Man, then Buffalo, and I was tracking because you looked at depth charts when they drafted a linebacker, who they signed back.
Right.
Buffalo signed John Holisek back in a new contract, and they just drafted Sam Cowart the year before from Florida State. And I liked watching Sam Cowart at Florida State, and he was all rookie, and he cold-blooded. They ain't got what they
mean. Right. I get it.
716 came out there. I didn't even know it was Buffalo's thing. I never filled out a questionnaire. I never filled out anything. And they had all my information. And then I got picked 3 picks before Green Bay.
There it is. That's the story. Yeah. And you're sticking to it.
And you know what? Going to Buffalo was the best thing
that happened for you.
It was a winning organization. I knew how to win. They taught me how to be a pro. There wasn't a lot of distractions. And, once October hit, you snowed in.
Facts.
And so all you doing is eating, drinking.
Watching film.
You're not eating and drinking, but eating.
Yeah, he said drinking. You know what he meant.
We did have some Labatt's Blue. You know what I'm saying? And the Buffalo wings. The Buffalo wings in Buffalo are different. But all we were doing, all of us that were on the team, was football. Because there was nothing else to do. And we weren't making a whole bunch of money. So we were like, I had a roommate. We were living together. We were just, grinding it. So we had no choice. But what it taught us, that was the foundation in 4 years. So it was the best thing that happened for me. But if Xavier Howard, he need to get his butt up out of Miami.
There it is. The idiocy of the week, Xavier Howard.
Just get up out of there, bro. It's just
go.
not for you. So
Yeah.
it's just some places you just don't mix.
Yeah. Go to South Carolina.
Right.
Or something.
It's something. Right. Just go and just get in,
Get on a ranch somewhere.
and grind.
Yeah.
And get back.
In Mississippi. Just go to the ranch or something.
And just make your comeback.
Yeah.
Because he can lock folks down and he's physical as all get out.
Yeah, he's very
But you just obviously ain't focused. So anyway, that's a good first hour. Appreciate Strick sticking in. First of all, Strick, listen, if you never had an athlete, they bring the best out of Strick. Okay, if you see Strick, give off. You see, when you see Strick at basketball games, and ask him if you want an athlete. An athlete is a little bit of Tito's and a Gatorade. A lot of Tito's and Gatorade.
A lot of Tito's.
And this is the thing about Strick. When we played last year too, it was hot like today. But Strick always answered the bell. Tired, lethargic. Wore out. I say Strick.
Can't walk. There was a point I couldn't see the ball.
Yeah. But that was not because of the heat. We were feeling it, and Strick stepped up like a champion, like always. It's always a good day. It was good out there representing the ticket, like we do always at the Junior Achievement Golf Tournament, and we were lucky enough to win. With Jake Sorensen and my man Brian. Happy birthday to Brian. Anyways, we're gonna take a quick break. Come back 5:00 hour. Austin Orman, Jay Foreman, Strick, Old School. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, Nebraska! Register today for the 40th Annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. If you've experienced a sports injury, joint or back pain, trust your care to Nebraska Orthopedic Center, a proud platinum partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
Grandpa Dave here from Osted's Golf, helping the grandkids get their dad the perfect gift for Father's Day.
Thanks for your help, Grandpa. Dad wasn't thrilled with the candy that we got him last year, but we sure liked it.
Okay, kids, save up to $200 on clubs from TaylorMade, Callaway, Titleist, or Ping. We're up to 50% off name brand golf apparel. Buy 2 dozen Strixon balls, get one free. And dads love Osted's gift cards.
Papa, we need a bigger allowance.
Talk to your dad.
Shop Osted's Golf for Father's Day.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Hammond Jewelry, here to drop some knowledge bombs on how to wow your woman. Size matters, but not the way you're thinking, guys. Make sure you know her ring size before you even think about popping the question. If you aren't a surprise kind of guy, ask her. I bet she knows her size. If you are a surprise kind of guy, bring in a piece and we can get close to the right size. We will make it perfect for her when the time is right. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Hammond Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman, East Strick. 5 o'clock hour, middle of the 5 o'clock hour. We're going to go about 10, 12 minutes here. I wanted to jump into, because Strick, we haven't really been able to talk about Austin either, about the potential news or the groundbreaking news of the Lakers catching the attention of Dan Hurley. Obviously, there's some
deep conversations.
Right,
going
there's
on
some
right
deep
now.
conversations.
Yeah.
Obviously, Dan Hurley's got to, look. You only can. It is before we get into it about what it means for the Lakers, and I think UConn would be fine. But I will say this: there's only so many times you can turn down a big job versus you X'd off the list. Because the hard thing is if you turn down the Lakers, or I don't know what other job that's going to come after him in college, those won't come around all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a job like UConn comes around all the time, but he can go get paid at a big. I think he could easily, if he came to the NBA, he could go to Texas. He could go somewhere to a Power 5 school and do just fine. But I want to ask you guys about the news, because everybody thought it was J.J. Redick. It's just a matter of time before they work out the nuances of J.J. Redick, and he was going to be LeBron's puppet. Now it's being said J.J. Redick has withdrew his name, right? Power move on his point, right? I'm not here. If you want me, I'm the only candidate. But since I'm not the only candidate, I'm going to holler at you.
Mm-hmm.
Then Hurley, the news broke essentially at like 5 a.m. And he
put a tweet out too.
Yeah, like 5 a.m. So
you got that? Did you see the tweet he put out?
Hurley's or Woj's? I saw Woj's. I didn't see Hurley's, no.
I think Hurley put out a tweet. Okay, go ahead.
And so I wanted to ask you, how do you think he would transition realistically to the NBA as a coach? Everybody's going to focus on his intensities and antics. I think he would be just fine because Billy Donovan is doing well, right? And he's intense as all get out. But how do you think he would transition to the NBA as a coach? And then also, what does this tell you about the Lakers? Because you know what? It could already be known that LeBron's not coming back. And that's why because I feel like if you go and get a college coach, you got to be thinking about younger players. In 2 or 3 years, we're going to be ready to contend. Highly doubt, because he doesn't have NBA experience.
Right.
So, what are your feelings on those two subjects?
And I think you might be right. It might have been Woj I saw. So for me, I think you've hit something with the fact that it's tough to keep just imagine
how many times
dating, trying to date a woman and you just keep saying, no, I think I'm cool. It just ain't gonna keep chasing you and hunting you down, right? So I get that. But here's the thing. I think there's something going on, because I'm gonna let Austin say it and I'm gonna tap in on him, but there's something going on that Hurley is a viable pick. There's a lot of problems that the Lakers have right now. Not many draft picks.
Money.
You've got you really can't go out and get anybody. So guess where a lot of your work's got to be done? Two-way players, G League, which requires a lot of scouting, a lot of development, a lot.
Kind of like the Miami Heat.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're going to have to see something in players that you can extrapolate something out of them to fit what you're trying to accomplish there. Now, it's not going to feel good and this is why I personally think if they're chasing Hurley, I don't know if LeBron stays. I don't think he does. Say what he says about the fact that I ain't involved in this stuff. There's just track record. There's just history. You can just go back to Cleveland. Good coach that was there. What was his name?
David
Blatt.
Blatt.
Blatt. That came from Israel.
Yeah.
David Blatt, good coach.
Got to the championship.
But his guy was who?
T. Lue.
You see what I'm saying? Run Blatt out the door. T. Lue steps in. It's something about respect. This is why you hear him talking about, I respect Rajon Rondo. probably no one's going to touch Rajon because of just some similar stuff with Xavier Howard. Unfortunately, some off dealing with
court stuff.
Yeah, so he may have to kind of backdoor and get in. I think there's somebody that he will respect, and I think that would be Sam Cassell.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. But if you're going after Hurley, you look at track record of most coaches. The only one is Donovan. I think Donovan's 399
and 319
and 319. He's the only one that's got really. Yeah. And Fred is underneath that.
Brad Stevens had a good run.
And so there's not many, and that's where I think they're going into the development.
Yeah, it's just interesting to see, like, but then it's not only what LeBron has the option, right? So it's no big deal. It's not surprising if he bounces. If he bounces, I think he went there. He won a championship. The different moves that they made, with Westbrook, it just never gelled, right? And then they let all the core go. You seen it hurt. Even Denver this year with
just
Brown.
Think if they had Caldwell Pope, Kuzma,
all those guys. But just think about even with Denver this year, you let Brown go, you let Jeff Green. Those are the nuts and bolts of your championship run.
Yeah.
So
it's unfortunate that's what the salary cap you can't pay because they're going to command a little bit more money.
LeBron's at the he's looking at the finish line, and so what the bigger question is, what happens with AD?
Yeah.
What happens with AD? AD showed you in New Orleans, he didn't like being the guy. He also really is finicky about who the coach is in the situation.
AD's weird.
Right.
Because he wants to be the guy, but he doesn't. That's a weird
AD is tall Paul George.
Ooh.
Yeah. He'll get in front of the microphone, and Paul George is the same. We talked about
good point.
Jeff Teague was on his podcast talking about Paul George when he was mad at CJ Mills for shooting that shot. And he's like, I need that. Well, then he came back the next 2 games. He missed them, right? So they'll tell you they want to be the guy. They'll tell you they want to be top 50 or in this case, top 10 in the league. And they show you flashes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then when it comes down to it, there's something that they don't do throughout the season and off season that lends them to make that jump.
Yeah.
And for AD, why would you stick around?
Yeah.
Because of LeBron.
You're going to be a rebuild. It's going to be a rebuild.
So then is AD one of those trade deadline trades after the All-Star break, before the All-Star break, and then they try to accumulate, or do they do it before the season and try to accumulate assets, legitimate first-round assets, not these ones that you can. The NBA is weird where you can get a first-round, pick in a trade, and then it could. What is it called? Where it's like legit or not? What is it called? When the first round pick is protected, not protected.
I mean, you can protect a certain number of picks in a certain time frame.
Right,
you have the Stepien rule where you have to have a first round pick every other year.
That's the other part.
So it's a little bit different in the NFL. You like, hey, I'm giving up a 2024, 25 second and third, and you get a 26 seventh. Then you know what you're getting, and if he plays well, it gets up to a third. So this is probably the best time to move AD. He's played the most games.
But even if the Lakers want to move him, if you're a team that is interested in AD, do you want to pay a premium price for a full season, or do you want to see if he's still healthy closer to the trade deadline? Because what if you give up a lot and AD tweaks his back and he gets hurt? Right? So the Lakers want to move him ASAP. Other teams might want to be, wait and see, is he going to hold up?
See, that's the thing. That's a good point too. But I think there's a risk that accompanies that, what you just said. But AD there's only 2 really tradable guys. No one's going to give away the kitchen sink for LeBron.
Right.
It's not even because he's not a good player.
Too late in the game.
It's just too late in the game. I mean, you might get 1 year, 2 at best. But then if you have to add the potential secondary option, which is Little Bronny, are you willing to do that?
Right.
Waste the, what I'm saying, to them or wait and see, because that's going to be a wait and see thing. He's not going to come in and be at their back right away.
3-4 years down the road.
Right. So AD, as you said, I think is the only really tradable person, and Reeves.
Reeves, yeah.
Those 2 are the really only tradable guys that you can get something for.
Well, Reeves never performed his contract, so you're not going to get as much for him anymore.
No, you're not, and you're not going to get it with AD at the trade deadline. no one's going to give you the kitchen sink unless he is absolutely
killing it,
killing the game.
Yeah.
Like there's no one, like he's destroying Jokic.
Yeah.
He's
Couple
everybody in the
40-point
West.
games, game-winning shots.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he's got to be totally like Shaq dominant,
Right.
to get the kitchen sink. You can get something, but you're not going to get the kitchen sink. And that's a lot due to just the changes in the CBA.
Right.
The salary cap numbers now.
Yeah.
It's just there's just changes that you're not going to be able to get what you could have got when you got the bill and you got what you got out of KD and the people that was giving up all the paperwork.
Right.
What you got out of Gobert and Donovan, you're not going to get that. So I think you got to do it now.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to rebuild, you don't want that in the locker room. You just won't start fresh.
Yeah, you might as well and you almost want to, in my opinion, is if you have to take a little bit less, if you're going to move him if you already know, and they know, if LeBron decides to go to X team, or even, it's hard this is if Hurley becomes a head coach, but this is also if they bring in another coach and LeBron's around and they say that Lakers start off, 6-12. This is the same scenario, right? Because you play what ifs in the offseason. They're putting up 85 different scenarios. So I'm thinking, even if you have to take a little, say AD is worth let's just say 2 lottery picks in 25 and 26. That's it. Okay, well, why don't you take 1 lottery pick, first rounder or whatever, the equivalent of that, and then maybe 1 that's unprotected down the road, for the simple fact of, if you have a 60% chance of trading him at the trade deadline, you might as well trade him 100% before the season and get what you can get and say, listen, we're going to all work through this together. And you might get lucky and be the OKC, and then you start to get a lot of good picks in guys that come out of nowhere.
So here's what you got. You're going to have to do what you just said, work through it, talk him through it, because he's got 2 years left.
2 years, then a player option in the third.
2-year player option. So that means wherever he's going, he's got to like it.
He's got to be okay with it.
Like he's got to
and I'm
be
sure
cool
he
with the
has
coach.
a no trade clause,
He's got
right?
to. Well, I know what the player option in itself
is.
No one's going to double trade him. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to take him.
You're not going to Carmelo Anthony or whatever, right?
Yeah, I don't think you're going to double trade him. But I think you've got to make that decision, and that's going to depend on how much you're going to give up based on the conversations with his agent, so forth and so on. But I also agree that I think AD is someone that is risky, because with the new trade clauses, it can't just be draft picks. It can't even be money like it used to be. Like you used to be able to throw money in it to make the deal work.
Make a whole,
You can't really even do that now. So wherever he's going, if you're the Lakers, you're going to want that specific person to know that he's going to be there as well. You know what I mean? Who is that? That's what I don't know.
Yeah.
Who is capable? There's really no big man that they can throw. Tell me what
they need to call the Timberwolves up and trade
Cat.
Can they trade for Bam if Miami's going to go in the tank?
Yeah, Bam's a stalwart at Miami.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, but
he'll be there. He'll be there through
right
thick
now.
and thin. I like.
You can't move Gobert.
No,
he's stuck.
He's right.
But Cat's coming up for renewal soon, so you could probably do that. But here's the problem. After living in LA, AD's not gonna want to go up there.
Jared Allen.
He would be smart to if he want to get paid, if he want to get shots at it.
Yeah,
I will go up there, but he may not want to go up there.
Yeah, he's probably lock and step there, but again, it's the same thing. You don't want to leave LA,
right?
The situation with you're not. The Lakers could be a viable team next year, but you're not better than Denver. You're definitely not better than Dallas the way they're playing. And there's always a team that who knows if Phoenix gets out of their own way. You just can't.
Sacramento still.
Sacramento.
OKC.
Right. You 6'7".
You
now
6'7"
on a good year.
Right.
So you got that, but then on the flip side, you don't want to sacrifice and move. So it's the same thing we talked about with him and Paul George. You're telling me like that you want to be a chance at a chip or be the guy and go to you probably telling Jeannie Buss and Pelinka that you want the best situation for you, but then you're not willing to you're not willing to walk out the door because Minnesota is a great situation for you because
him in Minnesota.
Yeah, and plus he's able to play the 4 because Gobert can play that. Actually, it would eliminate all the deficiencies for Gobert down the stretch.
Yep.
It gives him more scoring points consistently than Cat.
Yeah. And he's a dual defensive.
Yeah, and
that's
offense.
a 2 twin tower defensive cat. But offense stretch. He can stretch just as much as Cat.
And you're better in the switch game too. Yeah. And he's playing a little bit off the beam path. But
hold on, let me tell you where I think he could go. You may not like it. He might be able to go right next door
to the clip show. Woo! For Zubac?
No, for like James Harden. James is an LA guy. If I'm the Lakers, keep him home.
Put a little.
I know his contract's going to be gone soon,
and he'll do
his
better.
His money's going to come off. You know what I'm saying?
And he probably
they don't have a point guard,
and he'd probably be more comfortable in a rebuild, so he can just shoot the ball.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that might work.
Harden's a free agent.
Oh, that ain't gonna work.
You could can you do a sign and trade?
Yeah. But I wouldn't do it more than 2
years.
He's 35 right now.
I wouldn't do it more than 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
2 years in a team out.
Kawhi already turned him down.
Yeah,
he's already turned that down. Paul George might, but why would you do that if you're the Lakers? I would.
LeBron to Chicago, DeMar DeRozan in return.
He's an LA guy, DeMar DeRozan, but DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, but they're going LeBron to Chicago. Chicago's garbage.
Chicago wants to make a move.
But LeBron is chasing legacy. There's no way he's going to
MJ City.
Losing that too.
What about Cleveland?
And don't measure up. They already say he's not a Laker. Like you know that. I mean, they throwing stuff on his murals.
What about LeBron to Cleveland?
I mean, it's I think that works. I think what I think he was doing, Jay, when he went to the playoff game, he was testing the market. I think he was testing to see kind of.
Yeah, because he ain't been back to Akron in a while.
Nah, he was testing.
Yeah, he's seen it.
Stop by the school, got the cover.
Yeah.
What about? Do you think is there any way that they could trade LeBron and AD to Cleveland for Spider Mitchell and like Jared Allen?
Will be Mobley
or whoever.
I actually like Mobley, and if I'm the Lakers, I would be okay with Mobley.
I like Mobley too.
I actually like
Mobley too. And you try to get the last little thing out of Spider, being that superstar because he can score.
Yeah,
he just held
Spider's been trying to get to LA.
Yeah,
real talk.
Paulo
to LA
for LeBron.
He's a Seattle guy.
LeBron won't do it. He wouldn't do it. AD might. With a good young core, you gonna be the guy. But
I always tell people, man, they talked about it on one of the NBA shows. Listen, you go down to Orlando and think you could kick it like you used to be able to. You get ran up out the gym. With Jalen Suggs, Anthony, and the Wagner twins or Wagner brothers, and you got your boy from Duke down there that got traded from Chicago. Wendell. Hey, and they'll beat you up, and then they'll just run you up out the gym.
If your boy Suggs,
yep,
he said that.
Yeah.
If I'm them, if I'm LeBron or AD, I'm trying to get East.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get to East because they're already been proven that.
Right, and also if I'm looking at LeBron and AD, if we're trying to be in this together, they both are represented by Clutch or whatever. Mm-hmm. And if it could be a package deal, it could be just groundbreaking or whatever.
A three-way menage. Because you got to take Bronny with you too.
Right, yeah, I get. Yeah, bring little Bronny with. I look at it like the Celtics, even though the Celtics are in the NBA Finals, they don't. This is me, I think the Celtics might win it this year. I still don't think everybody in the Celtics organization are sold on Tatum and Brown. Mm-hmm. And then what that means is Bron, AD, anybody else that gets to the East. They ain't scared of the Celtics. Nah. It's just a matter of like New York. I guarantee you, in New York, they're like, man, we can get with them dudes as long as we healthy.
Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah. Everybody.
Indiana.
I agree.
We gave them the series.
Right. Unhealthy.
Without
our best player.
Right.
Yeah.
And we gave them.
Yeah.
And Rick Carlisle messed it up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So nobody in the East is really fearing it. So if I'm an older player like LeBron, and like you said, could go to Philly with Embiid, And well, you know what? I don't know why Philly hasn't re-upped with Maxey.
They haven't done it?
They haven't re-upped Maxey.
I thought they did Maxey.
Did they do Maxey yet?
I thought they did Maxey. Yeah, they did.
Okay, well, maybe it was last year. They were
waiting.
He has the 4-year
the mini
extension.
max. Yeah. The early max. Yeah.
But you could throw like all their kind of like Tobias Harris and all them dudes.
He's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
So that's why they got money. That's why they can do it.
That's right. They let Tobias Harris go. But you could get all those complimentary players in there, ball them up, and get them up out of there.
Yeah. I think they should keep Oubre.
Kelly Oubre.
Yeah, I think they should keep him. I just think defensively he's good. I think he's
that good.
He's long.
Yeah, he's that good like PJ Washington, physical.
Yeah.
Can get, transition,
Defend.
hit a couple threes.
Yeah.
You just got to keep him focused.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
you know,
part.
I mean, that's,
Instead
and
of
you
riding
know what?
bikes.
And having a LeBron in there to teach you how to be a professional, be good. I like Nick Nurse as a coach. I do like him.
Yeah,
I think LeBron will look. He's a champion, right?
Yeah.
And I think the way he approaches the game would challenge LeBron from a mental standpoint.
I think New York's got to make a move in the front court. Like, okay,
I can see AD going to New York.
I think he
likes that.
move.
Look, if you like you said, he loves LA.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other big market to go to?
New York.
New York.
Yeah.
But he's a Chicago guy. Does he want to get back home?
No. He's into glitz and glamour. He's AD got brand new after that championship.
Yeah.
He likes to call the paparazzi and say, "Hey, I'm going to the ticket. Get out and be dressed, and all that,
and walk by the ear,
so
the camera.
You can't even see him, and he like all the flashing light. And go to was it Nobu or whatever to eat. He go to New York. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that New York wouldn't mind getting rid of Randall.
Yeah.
And they might be able to do a 3-team trade or something like that.
Randall still has 1 year left, or he's done. He might be free agent. He might have 1 year or free agent. Julius Randle.
He took some heat because he's hurt, but he was playing good this year. So you might. I mean, the whole Dan Hurley thing.
Randall's got next year and next year left.
And so he's prime
That's
trade bait.
prime trade bait.
The whole Dan Hurley thing, I think he's a great college coach. I think in the right situation, he'd be good in the pros. There
would have to be two players, though, because they would have to take his 1 year salary and add another one to equal out to
AD.
Two ABs.
Yeah. The problem is that, like I said before, it's like when you're the hot commodity, you've won 2 national championships.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's next for you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, say you win 3. Okay, you won them at UConn. You didn't want to go to Kentucky, who is the blue blood or one of the blue, like it's Kentucky, Indiana, North Carolina, Duke.
They got all the NIL money.
Right. So, okay, okay, so now what's next then?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just play devil's advocate. Say you stay in college, right? And then you don't win a national championship for UConn. Then now that star is starting to dim a little bit. Now that the Lakers job isn't open. Now the
Detroit
Pistons is open.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Detroit might be a better place for him because it's more of a hardworking,
blue collar.
like his aunt, because he's intense.
Mm-hmm.
Closer to the East Coast, he's a Jersey guy. Maybe the eventually, like say the Brooklyn Nets. But then, is that what you're chasing?
Doc
now?
Rivers might open up soon.
Man, after that clip,
you saw that?
Yo, that's my next question before we let you go straight. Listen, I'm gonna ask you this, man. I told the story yesterday on the Foreman Friends.
The meal took care of your boy.
Yeah, you back? Are you back though?
Struggling.
Yeah, hey, he done got his power pellet.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, man. I've only seen one coach get it crunk on a player one time, and it was led by the player. So it was just so, and it really wasn't as bad as that. Have you ever seen? I didn't listen. Just from me. If Doc Rivers said that to me and I'm Matt Barnes, I'm Latrell Sprewelling you. I don't care where you from. Bro, you done went personal. Like, you can say, hey, Jay, you garbage. Like, you ain't hit a shot. I know it, and it ain't went in.
Mm-hmm.
You DeAndre Jordan, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But he just gave everybody business. He gave DeAndre Jordan the business. He asked Blake Griffin, you got the owner holding your hand. He got Jamal Crawford. Jamal Crawford asked the question, was he like with the son? He got Big Baby. He got Chris Paul. I mean, he just went down the line. You ever had a coach like that?
Nah, I can't. And listen, the one that I would have thought could have and would have been like that was Don Nelson and he could get in you, but like he basically sat me in his office one time. He said, "Yeah, Strick, I just need to tell you, you ain't gonna play. You're gonna be the 15th guy. You're gonna be at the end of this bench. This is I think this is going into my 3rd year, or maybe even my 4th year." He's like, "You're gonna be at the end of the bench," and that's what it is. He looked me down my face, basically said I was garbage, but
that wasn't like
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The one guy that I thought would have been him, but he
just kept keeping it real, right?
But yeah, no one that just kind of went down and just you're right. Not even Isaiah Thomas, who can be pretty brave. There's really you're right, man. There's really nobody that.
Now let me ask you this: now,
like that,
since it's the off season, and everybody on Milwaukee has seen this or heard about it. Does that affect how the present day players look at Doc?
It could, bro.
Right?
It could.
Because now you just on edge. Now I'm looking at you. Okay, you could dress me down about whatever I'm not doing on the floor,
but don't go across this line.
Right? Because you ain't gonna have me on another Hulu docuseries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
do you think some of that was
fabricated?
Just to add a little, because here's why I say that. It actually was a pretty good show where they had the talking about the Lakers when it kind of was a build up from the owner's perspective, and then they were talking about
the players
because Kareem's basically was saying like, come on, man, that wasn't what happened. They
Jerry West was hot.
Yeah, so people were hot. So I don't know.
But
I
would think I would. And let me now. I'm gonna keep asking you questions. Wouldn't you feel? Doc Rivers, by now, would have said, "Hey, look, man, that's not how it went." By now,
well said.
Because these are players that are still in the league.
Well
Chris
said.
Paul is the head of the Players Association, right?
Well said, yeah.
And he's still active in the league. I mean, he's on the.
Ain't nobody refuting it. There's nobody that went on the podcast,
right? That ain't how it went.
And said, "Nah, that ain't. That's
right?
a little extra."
Right? I mean,
you're right. Jay.
I mean, DeAndre Jordan just played. He with the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Now Blake Griffin is retired. Just recently retired. Big Baby, we know he got to go through a hard time. Right? He gonna come out swollen in shape. Jamal Crawford, right? Hold on. Jamal Crawford has his own podcast and it's good, and he coaches a high level AAU team, and I think they're in the EYBL.
His son's gonna be a problem. I've seen.
He's for real. And he's disciplined like no other. Boy. Hey,
watch out for little Crawl.
He killing you from 18 feet.
Facts.
Just look
mid-range,
like it, right.
Look like his daddy. Yeah.
And then JJ Redick is a media member
who played with him too.
Played with him, and he don't like Doc. He don't like Doc from the Clippers, and then when he brought to Philly, he don't like him. Okay, Chris Paul. Who else was there? Matt Barnes.
Yeah,
right. Too. He's the one that gave Mark Butler. So nobody is just.
He's got a show. He got a podcast.
Nobody's coming to Doc's defense.
Yeah, man. That's what it is. You're right. And normally somebody would say, "Nah, it's a little bit extra." Or
and those ain't. And I'll tell you this for everybody listening. Like I've had coaches that were, they would. That wasn't no jokes. We had coaches you just like
Bill Parcells was that guy.
Bill Parcells would never say that to a player, though.
Okay.
Now he would tell you like you need to start getting going, like you're gonna be up out of here if you keep messing. Like I'd rather you tell me that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell.
That's
a story.
why I was.
I'm gonna tell a story right here.
Yeah.
Listen. So I played 3 years in Buffalo, and we're in the 4th year. Here comes Greg Williams, and when you talk, listen, I used to call Greg Williams the king of crunk. He would raise the roof like in a millisecond. I'm like, man, what the heck is, bro? I just talked to you on the way to practice. And I remember one time he told me, he said, you need to get your young ass over here and do something right here now. I'm like, can I put the Gatorade down now? So we about to play Pittsburgh. 3rd preseason game. The first preseason game we played Philly. The starters played.
Quarter? One series?
I played four plays.
Oh, 4 series. Oh, four plays.
Because I didn't play third down, so I was just that.
Okay.
The second one, I did okay, right? So then we played like a quarter and a half. We played good defensively. The came in the third preseason game. The coach named Miles. Is it Miles? What's his name? Miles Austin. I think it's Miles. It's Miles Austin or something like that. Country boy. He's one of Greg's, coaches, young coach.
Mm-hmm.
He came up to me, man, and he looked like Nick Nolte. That's what he looked like Nick Nolte. I grew to like him.
Yeah.
And he rubbed his face and he's like, "Hey, you better have a good game today. Or you ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't gonna work out." I was like, "What?" Bro, like, I've been starting for 3 years, but but he put me on notice. Now, all it was a matter of just playing. Because, I played 10 plays. Like, I can't make plays in 10 plays, right?
Yeah.
And plus, they were throwing Air America on us anyway, So I can't do nothing on field goal block. So I end up doing it. But that's about as close as somebody dressing me down and saying, do this or else. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a problem player or anything like that. Didn't have any off the field issues or anything like that, or at least that they knew of, You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. But that's still with Doc Rivers.
Yeah, it's wild.
Now,
I did hear. I've been hearing a lot of negativity.
Now I will tell you,
I
I ain't gonna tell you the player. I will never forget this. We were in special teams meeting district, and we had like auditorium seating. And I was walking by, so the offense comes in after special teams. And Mike Shepard, I think, was the offensive coordinator. And I'll never forget this. I was actually going to drop a deuce. I was like, when special teams
when that thing turtlehead. You was turtleheading at that point.
We wasn't playing good. So it was like, and the GM was in there, so you can't go nowhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yo, I walked past, and Mike Shepard said, "All right, we're gonna put in 15 new plays." My man, and he should be in the Hall of Fame. We came down there and said, "Why we got 15 new plays? We can't even run the ones we got." And he just was like, pushed the offensive coordinator out the way, took the computer because he didn't want no more plays, and broke the computer and went up and talked to the owner. Everybody's asking me what happened. I was like, I was in the bathroom.
Wow.
Listen, I watched it from me to Ben over there.
Wow.
I just kept it moving. Hey, got it live like this. So you see some stuff like that, and things happen. Did you be in a locker room, man? I seen a couple guys get folded up in the locker. You be getting taped, get your gator, boom, 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 it break. But here's the great thing about the NFL. Like, we can fight in the locker room.
Squash.
All right, we gotta go.
This ain't Draymond and Jordan Poole.
No.
Like, no. Like, they could not. If I was in the pool, it's on site every time I see you, my boy.
See the difference though with the stuff that we see in the locker room and stuff sometimes that I get in with guys. It was never you looking over there talking to Austin, and I come here. It was like, I'm bringing it to you, and then it just gets squashed because we got to go win this game. So it's different than me coming up and just kicking you upside your head and you over there getting Gatorade.
Yeah.
So that right there, you just that team, the team is just done. That year is done.
That year's done.
Yeah.
There it is.
And that relationship between them two will never be the same, no matter the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Even though they've been world champions and both of them are immensely compensated and paid. It would, and I'm sure Draymond don't care, and who knows what Jordan Poole be thinking.
Well, we see what he's been thinking. It's been horrible.
Yeah.
Like he went from the
penthouse
to the outhouse.
But that's on his own doing, though.
On
He
his
had
own
a
doing.
tremendous opportunity to take over. So, anyways, appreciate Strick staying for essentially another hour. We definitely have replenished our electrolytes. We are back in full effect. But we're going to take a quick break, come back, put a bow on this beautiful day and this old school session. Jay Foreman, Eric Strickland, Austin Orman. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Haviland. This week's special through June 11th is buy 3 ribeyes, get 1 ribeye free. Also, $1 off all brands of crackers. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick the time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today. Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Without a strong IT partner, your business ends up overspending, underperforming, wearing too many hats, complicating your work, and more. Applied Connective Technologies can help with experts in every facet of technology. If it plugs in, powers on, or charges up, they're your people. Imagine being able to call one team for all your technology solutions rather than a village of vendors and providers. For all your needs in managed IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, and audio or video, head to appliedconnective.com to better your business today.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Hamann Jewelry, here to drop some knowledge bombs on how to wow your woman. Size matters, but not the way you're thinking, guys. Make sure you know her ring size before you even think about popping the question. If you aren't a surprise kind of guy, ask her. I bet she knows her size. If you are a surprise kind of guy, bring in a piece and we can get close to the right size. We will make it perfect for her when the time is right. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Hamann Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and right now they are offering huge, and I mean huge discounts at Koppel. Get over $9,000 off list price or 1.9% financing on select Sierras or Silverados. Plus, Costco members receive another $1,000 off. Yes, that's happening right now on Louisville. $9,000 off list price or 1.9% financing. You pick what works for you. Costco members, please contact us at the store or at KoppelCars.com. All deals with approved credit must trade and finance.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Alcohol has strained our relationship. Drinking too much can cause harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, we will save our relationship. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Without a strong IT partner, your business ends up overspending, underperforming, wearing too many hats, complicating your work, and more. Applied Connective Technologies can help with experts in every facet of technology. If it plugs in, powers on, or charges up, they're your people. Imagine being able to call one team for all your technology solutions rather than a village of vendors and providers. For all your needs in managed IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, and audio or video, Head to appliedconnective.com to better your business today. Husker fans, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and they need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to the UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin games. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, Austin. Appreciate Strick stepping up today, but then stepping in also. It's always good to talk to him about NBA stuff, NFL stuff, and just the comings and goings and stuff.
Now that he's gone, how did he golf?
Great.
Actually?
Oh yeah. Strick can hit it.
That was Stricky.
Yeah, he can. You can just tell that he got a natural power. Hits it a lot farther than he gives him so credit for. Well, it was one hole. He was like, "Oh, I hit it here." I was like, "Nah, bro, I seen you clear this tree." And then he was way down there. Here's the funny part, or funny story before we go to break. I thought I hit one good, and I hit sometimes like my favorite shot is like a soft cut. I call it jellyface. I thought I hit it pretty good. But Strick, we had to order. Strick would bat lead off. I'd be second. And then, Jake can really hit it. But Strick hit one. And, Strick was like, oh, Jay's farther. We assumed it. So we're rolling. This is funny. We roll up there. And this is when the downturn was going, right?
In the Valley of Death.
The Valley of Death. And Strick was ready to go home, And so we roll down there. Strick leans over to me. He's like, I don't know, Jay. I don't know. It is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, is that you? And he knew it was me, right? And he was about 15 yards further. He's like, I think Stricky got you. He's like, I think Stricky got you. And he did, man. It was a good time, man. He golfed real good, man. So it was good. Appreciate him stepping in. Also, quick tidbit, talk about the comings and goings. We just Austin just told me during the break. Had some guys that went through spring that no longer on the team. Wish them all the best, and that's the way it goes. The biggest name is probably Ethan Nation, a corner that shows some promise, but sometimes I think the depth that they've recruited and retained sometimes just doesn't add up. So that's actually probably a good problem.
He probably wouldn't have started, but he would have been a rotational guy. Remember, he was the one they threw back there to return punts at the end of last year, so they trusted him there.
Yeah, so it's look, I mean, some guys are maybe looking to go down to work their way back up, or think they have another opportunity, or just their passion or love for it changes. Either way, wish them all the best of luck. You got Jacob Hall in there, who I know, good punter, and just needs looking for opportunity. So wish them all the good luck. With that being said, everybody have a great weekend. We're going to sign off. Jay Foreman, Austin Orman, Old School. Appreciate you listening, texting in, and stuff like that. So we'll holler at you next week.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs.